The process of saying goodbye to a loved one is never easy. Apart from the emotional turmoil, families also face the challenge of managing the financial aspects of a burial. Across the United States, burial costs can vary significantly due to factors like geography, local customs, and legislation. Today, I'm going to delve deeper into the states with the highest burial costs and exploring the reasons behind the differences. The state with the highest burial costs is Hawaii. Hawaii tends to have high burial costs and cremation costs because of its remote location and limited land resources. Due to the island's isolation, the cost of importing necessary supplies and equipment can be significantly higher than in mainland states. Additionally, Hawaii has a high cost of living, which can directly impact the cost of funerals. The next state on our list is California. In California, the average funeral expenses ranges between $7,500 and $14,000. The Golden State's large population and increased demand for burial plots contribute to these costs. Some of the key factors responsible for California's high burial expenses include land scarcity, environmental regulations, and high cost of living. The next state on our list is New York. New York ranks as one of the most expensive states for burials in the United States. The average cost of a traditional funeral, including a casket, funeral service, and cemetery plot, can range from $7,000 to $12,000 or more. The high costs can be attributed to several factors, including limited availability of cemetery plots, higher costs of living, and state regulations. The next state with the highest burial costs is Oregon. Oregon's high funeral costs can be attributed to cost of living, labor costs, and environmental considerations. The cost of living in Oregon, especially in urban areas like Portland, is higher than the national average. Higher wages for workers in Oregon can contribute to increased costs for funeral service providers, which may be passed on to consumers. Oregon is known for its environmental consciousness, and this may lead to an increased demand for green funeral options. The next state with the highest burial costs is Massachusetts. Massachusetts, especially in the Boston metropolitan area, is known for its high burial costs. The average funeral expense in Massachusetts ranges from $7,000 to $13,000. Factors contributing to the higher costs in this state include historic cemeteries, high real estate costs, and cost of living. The next state with the highest burial costs is Alaska. Did you know that Alaska is the largest and one of the most remote states in the U.S., with many communities only accessible by air or water? This makes transportation of funeral-related goods and services more expensive. Some other factors that contribute to high funeral costs are the geographic location, limited resources, and even weather conditions. The last state on our list with the highest burial cost is Maryland. Maryland has a high funeral cost for several reasons, but mainly due to its closeness to Washington, D.C. Maryland also has strict state regulations and licensing requirements for funeral homes and crematories, which can add to the overall costs. Additionally, the state's diverse population, with many residents opting for cremation due to personal, religious, or cultural reasons, contributes to increased demand and higher prices. Do you live in any of these states? If so, you may feel overwhelmed by what your family might have to pay to hold a funeral in your honor. There are ways around this. In fact, you can actually eliminate the burden of funeral costs altogether with final expense insurance. Want to learn more about final expense insurance and how it can help you? Visit finalexpensedirect.com or call us today at 1-800-217-0014.